Hey y'all, it's Kimberly from the Path Illuminated. Welcome to the channel. Gonna be doing another collective reading here. Was away for a little bit. My birthday was on the 26th of February, so did some birthday things, did some travel, but now I'm back. How are y'all doing now that we have entered eclipse season, retrograde season? The energies have definitely shifted pretty dramatically. Venus went into retrograde at the beginning of March. We are in the pre-shadow phase of Mercury retrograde. Mercury goes retrograde on March 14th. And then we have the total lunar eclipse on March 13th, 14th, and the solar eclipse in Aries. The lunar eclipse is in Virgo, but the solar eclipse in Aries on March 29th. So if the energies are triggering, if you feel like you are completely reevaluating your life, your values, your relationships, you're exactly where you need to be. King of Swords, first card out. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I just heard the truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. There is a lot of clarity that's going to be coming through this retrograde and through this eclipse season. And not all of it is going to be comfortable. A lot of it's going to be challenging, uncomfortable, even painful. But see, here's the thing. When the truth is revealed, when you know, to a certain degree anyway, what's going on, you can do something about it. But also, right, because this is retrograde season, this just may be a time to observe, to take in data, to be the witness of what's happening, so that your human, your mind, your heart, your soul has the time to process what it's observing. And it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. Stay committed to the truth is what I'm hearing. Stay committed to seeing things for what they are, even when it hurts, even when it's scary, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's triggering. The only way out is through, and that's going to be extremely uncomfortable. It's going to be extremely uncomfortable for most of us. Death, Two of Wands reversed, Tower, the World. This is the end of an era. Death is about endings and beginnings. Whenever something ends, something new begins. But this is the end of an era. This is the end of a timeline. I've been saying that. The people, the institutions, the structures that we've built our lives around are falling apart. They're dying. This is the final countdown. That's what I heard. Things are collapsing. Things are dying. Ideologies are dying. Belief systems are dying. Institutions are dying. And here's the thing, as painful as that is to witness, to experience, to be in the midst of, new things cannot begin until old things die off. Doesn't make it any easier. It's going to cause deep, deep reflection. The collective is going through, society is going through a dark night of the soul right now. What do we truly value? What is truly important? And what are we going to do about those things? What are we going to do in order to care for the things and the people that actually truly matter? Two of Wands reverse. There's going to be confusion about which way to turn. There's going to be confusion about decisions. There's going to be confusion about what action to take. And again, Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde, eclipse season. It is a time of allowing things to unfold and reveal themselves. That if you don't know what to do, don't force it. Flow. Let things unfold. Your ego, your fears, your triggers are going to want you to do something, especially when it feels out of control. But if anything, that's what eclipse season is about. It's about realizing that we are not in control and learning how to pay attention to the things that are happening. And I would say comforting ourselves when we feel the need to act, but it's not actually the time to act yet, because there's still more information that needs to be obtained. We don't want to have a quick trigger finger here, right? We need to move methodically and intentionally and slowly and take in as much information as we can from a place of being the witness versus a place of being reactive, because we may see things incorrectly. We may react to them from a place of emotional dysregulation. Don't force a decision right now. The Tower. Things are going to continue to happen. Things are going to continue to fall apart. Wars and rumors of wars. Natural disasters. Economies collapsing. Institutions collapsing. And we can't stop it from happening. We can observe it. We can see it. We can comfort ourselves through the fear that comes up as a result of it. And we can also reframe our perspective and focus on those things that truly matter. What's actually going to keep me grounded, clear, and safe at this time, right? I can't do anything about the buildings collapsing outside my window in the world around me. I can find shelter, I can find community, I can double down on my spiritual practices, my meditation, my yoga, my walking, my journaling. I can focus on the things that I can control, which very well may be community organizing. Again, building community is going to be very, very important, but these structures are going to fall. There's nothing we can do about them. Truths are being revealed about them that we need to truly see, so that we can fully understand that those institutions and structures were never going to keep us safe anyway. The World. Again, end of a cycle, end of an era, end of a timeline. I'm hearing Leave the World Behind. I have not seen the movie, but I know from other individuals what it's about. And there is, I'm feeling a call to get back to basics and to focus on what you can construct in your own reality, in your own world. Not to ignore what's happening at all. But despite that, in spite of that, what can you do to fortify yourself, to fortify your family, to fortify your community, and to continue to build a new world? What do we individually and collectively want to see happen in the world around us, right? What do we want to manifest and co-create? More equality, more love, more compassion, more humanity. This is a time, retrograde season, eclipse season, to really be sitting with where we want the future to go, individually and collectively. What is no longer working? What illusions are being dismantled around us? What small steps can we take into a better place, into a better world, into a better reality? And again, not just individually, collectively. Understanding that the work that you do as an individual to heal, to become a more compassionate, empathetic individual, to help create equality and community is going to assist the collective, right? Let's see what clarification we can get here. Ooh, that's a lot of cards. Energies are definitely very, very intense right now. I don't know if you can tell from my expression. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of chaos, a lot of fear-mongering, a lot of triggers, right? A lot of foundations coming upended. All right. So under the King of Swords, the Devil reversed, we can conquer our demons individually and collectively. We can overcome this period. We will get through this. We will learn who our true enemies are, who can truly be trusted, and these truths that are being revealed, if we're open to seeing them, hearing them, receiving them, will help us conquer the things that we maybe thought we never could, right? It will help us to elevate past the lower levels of humanity, of greed and pride and ego and selfishness, right? But we have to be willing to see those energies in order to grapple with them, to alchemize them, to shift them. Over death, we have the Knight of Coins, slowest knight in the deck. As things are dying, as timelines are ending, as we are relearning what it means to be alive, we need to take our time. We need to be strategic and grounded. We need to cross our T's and dot our I's. We need to understand what resources we do have and which resources are still lacking. Sorry for the background noise. And I'm back. It's important for us to understand if we have everything that we need for the journey ahead. And if we don't, it's time to get on it. This is not a time to rush or a time to be reactive, but as it's been coming through my messages, it is a time to prepare. Prepare for the road ahead. Two of Wands reverse. Over that, we have the Empress reverse. So this is a time where stability is going to be upended, triggered. We're going to be very, very worried about our material resources, our monetary resources, whether or not there's going to be enough food, resources, whatnot. As these timelines are ending and dying, as we are watching things unfold, our stability is going to be extremely triggered. And it's just important to be with that, right? You don't have to have an answer right this moment, but you do need to be with what's happening and acknowledge it. And then what can you do, right? What can you do to fortify yourself? What can you do to create more abundance in your life? Can you start growing your own food? Can you cut back on expenses? Can you find abundance within community, within your family, right? Thinking outside of the box when it comes to these values and concepts. The Tower, over the Tower, we have the Ten of Swords. Mental overload, anxiety, overthinking. At some point, I think I'm feeling this level of acceptance. I'm feeling this level of acceptance of the chaos. I'm feeling acceptance of the destruction. And it's not even going to necessarily come because we want it to. It's going to come because it's inevitable. The end is inevitable, is what I'm hearing. The end is inevitable. And it's going to be very triggering. It's going to be overwhelming and it's going to be exhausting. But we need to understand that these things are happening for a reason. Because again, in order to build something new, the old has to fall away. Over the world we have card of Libra, justice. These things are happening as a reckoning on the collective, as a means to really, really reveal the inadequacies, the inequalities, the corruptness of what has been going on in the background for a long time. It's just unavoidable now. There's truth that needs to come, that needs to pierce our very souls. We need to see the destruction. We need to see the unveiling. We need to see the inequality, the pain, and the suffering. And we may also experience it ourselves on an individual level. Things cannot come into balance unless and until we understand where they are out of balance. And there are so many things that have been out of balance in this world for so very long. And in so many ways, we as a collective have not wanted to see that truth. Because we just want peace. We just want to live. Most of us have very simple yet beautiful aspirations for what we want in our lives, right? We want to be happy and healthy. We want our loved ones to be happy and healthy. We want to experience the beauty of the world, of humanity. But there are some very nefarious actors that have been pulling the strings for a very, very long time. And one of my favorite lines from, I don't know if it's The Dark Knight or one of those iterations of Batman, where Alfred said, "Some men just want to watch the world burn." And that's such a true statement, and it's also very scary, especially for maybe individuals like you and me who have empathy and compassion and love for other people, whether we know them or not, right? But there are a lot of people that have struggled or completely avoided the fact that things are very out of whack, out of balance, unjust, and corrupt, right? Individuals that have internalized the abuse, toxicity, and gaslighting of nefarious actors, right? People that have maybe unconsciously engaged in victim blaming and shaming, right? People who have blamed, those who are homeless or addicted or mentally ill for their condition, instead of looking at the system that enables this, that encourages this, that pushes people to the brink, right? We need to see the truth for what it is. And yes, the truth will set us free, but first it's going to piss us off. But the only way out is through. And the only way through is to see the truth for what it is, because we cannot change anything unless we know what needs to be changed. And this is a time of a great reckoning. This is a time of awakening. This is a time for each of us individually to make the decision about whether or not we are going to take our place in building and co-creating this new reality that we deserve. It's going to take all of us. And what's happening during this retrograde period, during this eclipse season, is a complete disillusion and dissolving of all of the fantasies, of all of the lies, and we are going to be challenged so very deeply. What do you want, and what are you going to do about it? And it's up to each of us to make that decision. And it's not going to be an easy period, but it is necessary. The end is inevitable. So instead of resisting the end, let us allow, let us be present, let us be sober, let us be wise and patient, because everything that is happening right now is happening for a reason. It is a very somber moment in human history right now. please, please, please take care of yourselves, take care of your families and your loved ones. Take it one day at a time. If you're here, God bless you. I hope that you will be a part of this community. My messages are not always your typical tarot messages, but I know I have something to share, and I'm going to keep doing that for those that are called to this channel. I thank you for being here. Sending you all lots of love. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.